Oh, we're not nice and wide. That's not too bad. Welcome. It's so dark. Oh, dear. Let's get that going. I know I'm not supposed to shoot live. Couldn't help myself. Doing it anyway. So it will be what will be. I'm here. I know you can't see me. I'm here at the very last second. I decided we would go ahead and do live at 11 today, even though the original plan was not to do it. So I am aware. All right, let me let everyone know. Welcome! I know I wasn't supposed to do this today, but I just wanted to do it. So I am here. My apologies. Like I said, I wasn't going to do this until like literally 10 minutes ago. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do live and live. So it's like, okay. So I'm trying to get everything ready and whatever. All right. Welcome, friends. Hi, I'm Ron Howell from UnitedTaps.com, and this is live at 11. Wasn't planning on filming today, but I did anyway. So a little, you know, it is what it is. Fantastic. So for those of you who are joining me live, feel free in the chats, put any questions, any suggestions, anything like that, anything you want to see. Also, individual sounds for when I work on the new step that I do. Yeah. So let's start off today. Let's start off with Irishes, shall we? Start with step tech. So Irishes are typically done with the swing rhythm. They typically cross in front. Although when I learned them as a kid, we just step to the side. That's not a big deal. I mean, you can cross in the front or back, or whatever. No big deal. But again, they're typically done with the swing rhythm, especially with the slower speeds. Caught the meter there. However, one of the challenges that students face is when you have them go faster and you want a straight rhythm. Here's the thing with swing rhythm. Swing rhythm is great slow, and it's good medium. But really fast swing rhythm just sounds really choppy. Like if I do Irishes and I maintain a swing rhythm and I go fast, it's just like, but it just doesn't have, I don't know, it just sounds real choppy to me versus if I do more, hopefully this is going to sound good, it's been a while. If I do a more even, I'll work my way up, a more straight style rhythm. There we go, decent, a couple other ones there. So if we're wanting that, you know, if we're wanting that rhythm, but all we've trained the students to do is this kind of Irish, what's going to happen when they try to do the faster one is that, all right? And the number one thing causing that choppy rhythm, also because I'm doing a swing rhythm, well, the thing that's causing the swing rhythm, which is actually hopping up in the air. Now, when we go slow, that works great. We want the swing rhythm, we hop up and up and up. Perfect. But when we're going faster, going up too long for the hop is going to totally kill our straight rhythm. We won't be able to do that straight rhythm. So what I tell my students to do is literally think of hopping down. Now, first, this sounds completely counterintuitive. When we hop up, how do we hop down? Pardon me. Pardon me again. Instead of having their body go up, I literally tell them, well, one of the ways is imagine a metal spike above your head. You certainly don't want to jump up into that. And the strong visual is helpful usually. In addition to that, I almost think about having them say your body's going to actually fall. As your body falls, like this is your body, your leg is actually going to lift up and then drop it down. So I can actually go down. My body can actually going to lift up and then drop it down. So I can hop down versus throwing my whole body up. And hopping down is essential if you want to do a step that has a hop in it and you want to do a straight rhythm at a faster speed, you have to learn to hop down. It's never going to work if you're going up. You're always going to get that chop, whereas I'm hopping down, boom, I'm good to go. So if you're trying to do Irishes faster and you're shooting for that straight rhythm, the number one thing you need to do is hop down. And you might just practice that from hop. It's even better if you have a mirror where you can watch your head to see if it actually raises or lowers. That's helpful as well. But that's the key to doing Irishes at a faster speed with a straight rhythm. You got to get your hop going down. All right, my friends. Again, for anyone watching, feel free to jump in on the chat, questions, suggestions, whatever. That's like our that'll be our little technique tidbit for the day. Now we'll go to a new step, which I will make up on the fly. And I'm thinking about, as I'm watching some of these back, I'm thinking it's probably not that fun to watch it being made up on the fly. I mean, I don't know. You let me know. Those of you watching, let me know. Is it interesting to see how the step is made, or you're like, do that off camera and then just show me the step, Rod? I don't want to see the process. So I'm just curious if you want to see the process or you do not want to see the process. Instead of giving myself specific sounds, because no one in the chat has given me sounds, I'm just going to do whatever, and it'll be whatever. And again, when I say I'm making up a new step, what I mean is I'm going to create a step that I have never seen before. I'm not saying someone else somewhere, some other time hasn't made it up. It's perfectly possible they have. But as of right now, this is something I haven't seen before. I'm going to like literally just do something I haven't done before and haven't seen before. Why do I do this? For me, it's fun. Like, this is probably one of the most fun and interesting things about tap dance for me, is doing this. Like, I just love it. It's just like, okay, I haven't seen this, I haven't done this, so it's something new. Like, everybody likes new stuff, right? Now, sometimes they turn out, I'm like, hey, that's a great step. And sometimes it's like, well, you know, it's new. I don't like it. It's not great, but it's something, right? But the other idea is that creating one of these, someone might look at it and be like, oh, that gives me an idea for this. Right? So it can also be a jumping off point for anything and everything else. And again, like I said, I'm not saying this hasn't been done before. Maybe it has. I'm just saying I haven't done it and haven't seen it. The whole point of doing this is to do something I haven't done before or seen before. So that's kind of the fun of it. So. So we're going to drag, 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 drag. There we go. So we're going to do a toe and a left dig, drag, turn, drag. Then I'm going to step left and scuff right, same time. Ideally, I'm trying to shoot for same time. I know I flam it sometimes, but they're not exactly the same. Here, here, that's a left chug, and then a left chug and step back. And that'll give us a little bit of a, we can kick that forward. I know it didn't get, there we go, that was better timed. Kick that forward, get the knee up, and push that step back and the heel forward. So get kind of a boom, boom, down. That's a tricky turn. Boom, 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 boom. Woo! If you're trying this at home, be careful. Now the problem is, I can tell you exactly what happened. I didn't keep my weight directly over that toe. I actually put my toe behind my weight, and that's when you slide out. If you keep your weight directly over your feet, you generally don't fall. Turn's a little rough. Ideally, what I would do, I would maintain this position in the turn. Let's see if I do it. The thing is, if I do it front, you don't get to see the effect of this. And you want the audience to see that, because that's like the cool part. Obviously, this is pretty rough. I have not perfected or got it smooth. So anyway, that's fun. I don't know that I would use that, but it's something I haven't done before. Kind of interesting, kind of fun. Visually, I think it's actually moderately interesting for the audience. Like if I was watching a tap dance and I saw that, that's different. That's interesting. So cool. There's that. Sharon, it's all good. Welcome, Sharon. It's interesting you showed up. I was like, I'm not. You know, I had said I'm not going to do Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and then I was like, it's like 10:50, and I'm like, I really want to do live at 11. Okay, all right, we'll just jump in. And I don't have the right socks on, whatever. It's so good. I know we still have today. Oh, one of my projects for today is to see if I can figure out what is causing this strobe effect and to fix it. So, because I know I have like if you're watching the video, there's like a light and then a dark and a light. If you're watching this after the fact, you're looking at the video saying, Rob, the video looks fine. That's because I also recorded on a high quality video camera high quality video camera. It doesn't have that problem, right? It's the webcam when I'm doing it live. So if you're watching the live version, and you'll know you're watching the live version well, that's not true because I don't always update them fast enough. But anyway, I'm working on fixing the stripes today. I don't know if I'll be able to, but that's one of my goals today. I'm going to kind of mess around with lighting, and I don't have other cameras, but I'm just try with lighting and see what I can do. All right, so let's tap, shall we? A nice surprise. Thank you. Sharon says a nice surprise. Very good. I appreciate that. All right, let's tap, shall we? Now, if not, I'll just do whatever level I want. Beginner, intermediate, advanced, or if there's no request, I'll do whatever I want. This is just like a little mini. I hesitate to. It's kind of like a warm up, although I a little bit hesitate to call it warm up, and I don't even look. Here's my thoughts on warm up. For most, for at least for most younger tap dancers, they don't need to warm. Like they're not going to hurt a muscle or anything like that. Like they can just start tapping, right? Like take an 18-year-old, they don't need to warm up before. Like they can just start running. They can just start doing jumping jacks. Now, when you get older to my age, you could say, yeah, you might want to warm up, and that's fair. But primarily, for me anyway, when I'm teaching, the warm-up is not about a warm-up. The warm-up is really about solidifying basic skills. So that's why we do toes and heels and warm-ups to keep those skills strong, and step heels and dig toes and flaps and flat variations and stuff like that. So when I do my practice sessions, it looks like a warm-up, maybe a really, really long warm-up. I'm just doing basic skills over and over. Now, usually I'll try to put them in some kind of pattern, so there's some mental interest and challenge to me. But I don't get overly complicated with the patterns because I'm still primarily working on step technique. So if I'm doing step heels, I mean, that's obviously not a complex pattern whatsoever. And as I'm doing it, I'm evaluating step timing and even more so heel timing. Is the timing of my heels exactly right, and is the volume an appropriate level? Because generally what happens is the heels will start to drop too soon and or be too quiet. And very often too soon and too quiet will go together. So I'm constantly evaluating it, and evaluating if I'm doing with music, am I exactly on beat? Am I exactly on time? Very often, no, I'm slightly off beat, or I have an early. Sometimes I'm very noticeably off beat, which is always painful. It's like, oh man, Ron. But I'm always checking for that and trying to modify it real time. And if you watch my practice sessions, you'll hear. I mean, I can hear. I'm like, whoa, that sounds bad. So I'll do it over and over and over, trying to fix it, trying to make adjustments so that it does sound better. And it's only through doing that on a regular basis, listening to my sounds, even for basic things like step, heel, whatever speed it may be, and trying to constantly hear anything that's wrong and adjust it. It's only by doing that on a regular basis that those skills, for me at least, stay strong. I would probably need to put even more time in. It depends. Sometimes I have more time to put in. I will put more time in to progress them further. But where I am now, if I don't do at least some baseline of doing these on a regular basis, the skill just drops. I think some of that is age. Like when I was younger, like whatever, I take 2 weeks off and I'm back, whatever. Not as young. So if I take 2 weeks off, boy, when I come back, the footwork. Rough. So for me, it's just that repetition. I'm keeping things as fine-tuned as I can. So at the very least, I'm maintaining ground. Ideally, if I work enough, I'll gain at least a little bit of ground. And then you can compound that over time. It's a pretty good result. All right. So speaking of, it's a little finicky. Let's get the sound rolling, and then I'll just work the feet a little bit. Let's see what we have on no rest. We did organic rhythm. Let's see what's changing seasons. Let's see how that feels today. Oh, we forgot to plug in the sound. That always helps. Pardon me. Whoa. All right. Here we go. Yeah, we'll take. I'm not gonna like go crazy. We'll shoot for intermediate-ish. Just a nice even keel. This song is Changing Seasons from my album No Rest. I think for most of the practice sessions, loosely call them practice sessions, that I've done. Maybe I'll modify the practice sessions today. That I've done in the previous videos. The music is stuff that you can buy on my website. So last week I did Organic Rhythm, which is off of my No Rest album at United Taps. This is Changing Seasons. It's the name of the song from my album No Rest, which you can also get at unitedtaps.com. And I made the music, so I'm not saying it's the best music, but at the time, I mean, I still enjoy it somewhat. I mean, I've heard it so much, I get a little tired of it. This song I haven't used in quite a while. But really, the problem was I needed music for videos that I owned the copyright to. And so I was like, well, I enjoyed making music, so I'll just make it myself. Not that I'm a trained musician per se. I mean, I played drums growing up, and I took some organ lessons when I was younger, but it's not like I went to school to train in music. But with the modern tools, you can do stuff. So. feet. There we are. Those toe-toe heel-heels. I have a hard time keeping consistently even every time. Interesting. This one's really challenging me. Really challenging me. Obviously, as I've messed up like 1,000 times. But it's fun. I like this. Oh, faster. Hold on. Kicks. Okay, let's move on. I like it. I was done again. Like, restart. That was interesting. Move into flaps. Oh, mercy. Yeah. Oh, hey. That's interesting. I haven't done that variation of bomb crochet before. Replacing the stem with a step needle and a dig stem. That's kind of fun. That's new and different for me. How's that? Rose. Rough, but interesting. That's fine for me. That's kind of fun. That's kind of challenging. I don't know if fun is the right word. Interesting. Interesting for me anyway. Challenging. Early. Oh, mercy. obviously that was going roughly, and then the little aha moment is just simply that I'm scuffing way out here, and then having to bring my foot way back and then kick it way back, way forward. Just doing the scuff here, hardly moving it at all. Wow. So theoretically, anyway, having this foot here instead of way out there makes it much easier to do the backward shuffle. Although visually, we probably lose some appeal. And that's a really tough place. That is an issue I struggle with tap dance, both as a creator and as a viewer / consumer. And that is the balance between footwork, speed, and intricacy versus visual appeal. I don't like when it's all just rhythm and sound. It's not that I don't appreciate the rhythm and sound, but when that's all there is and there's not much effort for the visual appeal, it just doesn't. And again, maybe I'm jaded. I've watched so much fast, cool, intricate rhythm tap that just that is not as exciting anymore as the whole package. On the other hand, if it's all show and there's no like meat and potatoes, there's no like interesting, fast, sophisticated rhythm footwork, then that doesn't work for me either. Well, but I feel like with and I've brought this up before, the Nicholas brothers, the beautiful combination. They've got all the flash, they've got the footwork to back it up too. It's not just flash. They can do the close to the floor, sophisticated rhythms and footwork and whatnot. Kyle Van Newkirk, another one I brought up before, same thing. He can do the crazy footwork, rhythm, hard steps, and do things that are visually appealing. And what's really cool with Kyle is a multitude of styles. Like he can do a hip hop style, and then he can turn around and do a lyrical style, and then he can do just a totally relaxed, you could say traditional hoofer style. Like he could do the full range, which is really crazy impressive. Like it's just mastering one of those, being able to do that plus the footwork is phenomenal. Being able to do three is like, dude, congrats, that's awesome. Like that's cool. It's amazing. So anyway, yeah, so that's a struggle. If we shrink that down, execution improves, but then are we losing too much visual? On the other hand, if you ever want to go fast with this, you're not going to be able to make this particularly large. So I haven't thought through all the detailed ramifications of, well, how much should we rein things in and go for mastery and speed on this versus visual? I don't know. I think maybe the optimum would be able to do a couple slow, small, and then I don't know if I would do a big one fast. I would do like some variation. You could do a variation of that fast. Maybe we'll explore that right now. Something like that. That would be kind of interesting. I'll try that slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hopefully I can do it correct. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 7, 8. I didn't mean to skip on the last one. Let's try that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 7, 8. 5. See, that's more exciting. See, then we get into like the details. Okay, versus I think the leg popping back is more exciting. Which is fine, because when you're choreographing, you can do it however you want. But I think that's going to have more visual appeal. 7, 8. 7, 8. I kind of like that's a riff to a single pull. 7, 8. 7, 8. That's kind of got some flavor to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 4 and 5, 7, 8. I kind of like that. I'm not gonna hit that with music, but that's probably gonna be a whole different story. We can play though and see what we come up with here. My execution is rough. But you get a feel for it. Like there's potential. Obviously, I would need to practice that much more and refine it, and ideally faster. The first part I think would be better at a faster speed, and the second part obviously I would have to go faster as well. But the biggest visual detractor, at least I'm not. You know, it'd be easy if I could record and then watch back, but I'm doing the live streams. If I stop recording, I'm gonna stop recording. But I can watch back after. But I can already feel that the transition from here to there is just slow. And like the slower that is, the less interesting it is. The faster it is, boom. Like when it's like sudden and a surprise, boom. Minus the scuff, right? Boom. That's gross. Boom. Because it's that unexpected thing. That's what makes, in my opinion, that's what can make dancing interesting and exciting and appealing. Is when you have something just slightly unexpected like that pop out, and then because then it's like, oh, cool. And then there's like, you know, you don't know when the next whatever exciting, interesting, unexpected thing is going to happen, and then that pops up. So it kind of keeps a feeling of positive anticipation going, which is cool. Okay, let's just keep working on whatever. Laugh this hard, at least for me, man. Right in second. All right, I'm going to wrap today. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun with that or interested. Some of that was interesting to you. Feel free in the comments if you have suggestions for future episodes. Hey, can you talk about this? Hey, can you create something like this? Hey, whatever. Any suggestions? Feel free to put them in the comment section. Also, if you want to say, hey, yes. I like to see the process of how you create the new step, not when I'm going with the music. I'm just going to do whatever I'm going to do. But for the part earlier, if you like to see the process, you're like, no, just show me the final product. I don't really care about how you got there. Just show me what you got to. All right, thank you. Of course, I am Ron Howell from UnitedTaps.com, making you happier and healthier through tap beds. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And hey, don't forget, I didn't do my ad. That's fine. There's great stuff at UnitedTaps.com, so we'll do the short ad today. Right, good stuff. So as bad as my feet are during these practice sessions and whatnot, at the videos at UnitedTaps.com, they're much, much better. Because the whole point is I practice here so that I can sound good in those videos. And if I'm going to do something, I'll practice it so it sounds good. It's not just like, well, I'll randomly do whatever. So cool. Well, thank you, Sharon, so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate that. I appreciate your support here practically every day. It's awesome. I greatly appreciate it. That's so cool. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving yesterday, and hopefully you have this whole weekend off and can just enjoy yourself. That's fantastic. And I will see you all back on Monday, which will be fun. All right. Who knows what we'll do. All right. Take care. Thanks so much.